You've worked hard to earn and save. Now it's time to make your money work hard for you. This is Empower Your Retirement with Frank and Frankie Guida of A Better Way Financial.
And I'm Heather Branch here with Frankie Guida. Frank is taking a break for this part of the conversation, but Frankie is here to share with you his knowledge as a certified financial planner. When it comes to retirement planning, there's a lot to figure out, but at A Better Way Financial, they are ready to help you get it all together and organized in a plan that's customized to you and your goals. A local family-owned business, independent financial advisors. They've been helping folks across the Lehigh Valley for decades, and they are here to help you as well. So if you are ready to begin the conversation about your retirement plan, we are ready to do that as well. You can give us a call, the number to dial 610-440-3722, or find us anytime at abetterwayfinancial.com. As we get closer and closer to the day, the baby countdown is on. If you have missed some of the conversations, we've been talking about Frankie and his wife, Jade. They're expecting their first baby in just a few weeks. And I was saying to you before we came on the air, I was like, are you nervous? Are you excited? And you were saying it's a little bit of both.
Definitely a little bit of both, for sure. It's life-altering when you go from being 2 people to 3 people, and I'm just really excited for it. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
We're praying for a healthy baby and healthy pregnancy and everything, and just 6 weeks out, so anything is possible. Any day, it could be a drop of a hat. I get a phone call, and it's all right, time to go.
Yeah. Hopefully, while we're not in the middle of an important radio conversation.
Yep, we'll have to do it later.
That's right. Right. Can you imagine if Jade calls, we're on the air. It's like, hey, babe, I'm going to need you to hang on for another 45 minutes if I finish this show out.
Oh, man, you won't see me again.
We wouldn't do it to you. No, but it's obviously a very exciting time, and we can't wait till little baby Karina finally gets here. But in the meantime, work to be done, Frankie. So let's get to it and speak to the thing that you see every single day, the report we hear week to week, month to month, year after year. It doesn't ever go away about when can we retire and how we can retire and our worries in that space. The vision for retirement starting at age 65 is what a lot of people have put their sights on. But there's a report from Transamerica painting a new picture. And apparently more than half of respondents say they are actually planning to work in retirement, which feels a little counterintuitive as to what we're supposed to be doing in this time, Frankie. 36% of the respondents plan to work until at least 70. And the biggest reason for doing so is because of the thing, as I was saying, that we hear time after time. They are just afraid they won't be able to afford retirement. So thinking about folks in the Lehigh Valley and the people you meet with, when you are talking to folks in the office, are they expressing this same fear to you, even if their numbers are saying otherwise?
Well, it is a phenomenon that we do see sometimes, is people wanting to work in retirement. And everybody's situation is different. Some people love working and they find a lot of fulfillment in the jobs that they have. Like I see some nurses and things like that are like been nurses for 40 years, and that's like part of their identity.
Yeah.
And they're like, I still want to do some part-time. I still want to do some per diem, be there maybe a couple times a month just so that I can do it because I really enjoy doing that. And if you feel that you really want to work in retirement, great.
Right.
But if you feel, you know what, I've worked a lot over the past 20, 30, 40 years, and I don't want to keep doing this anymore. You want to be able to see financially, are you going to be able to retire and not have to go back to work? But even sometimes when we show people, hey, financially, you're going to be okay, they're still like, well, in the back of my mind, I now that I know that, well, maybe I'll find a job that I like to do. Maybe I'll find something that, because I'm going to have all this extra time. A lot of people aren't aware, but when you do retire, you're going to get that 40 to 50 hours a week that you are working back to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And so when you get that time back, a lot of people don't know exactly, well, what am I going to do to fill that time? How am I going to spend it now that I'm no longer working? And they're like, all right, well, maybe I'll go to the gym more or go for walks or spend more time with my family, go travel, things like that. But then they're like, well, I'm not maybe going to travel every single week, so what am I going to do for that extra 40 hours? Maybe I'll pick up a part-time job. I enjoy golfing. Maybe I'll do some caddying or something like that. So things like this can occur in retirement, and it's good to be able to plan for not only what does it look like financially, but what does it look like as far as how you want to spend your time in retirement. With some folks, it's super easy. It's a super simple transition. They're like, wow, I'm so busy now in my retirement. I don't know how I got all this stuff done when I was working. Other folks are like, I'm kind of bored. I got all this stuff done around the house, and now there's nothing to do.
Yep.
So it really depends on the person.
Yeah.
But this is one of the biggest concerns is, am I going to be able to make my money last over the course of my retirement? So it's really good to have a plan in place for how to make sure that you're not going to have to worry about running out of money, and making sure that you plan for a long lifespan. So even if the life expectancy is 85 to 90, we usually use our plans to design it for 95, so that even if you're living a longer life, you don't have to worry or stress about running out of money in your retirement. So this is a common phenomenon. We see people who've saved millions of dollars for their retirement still not feel secure, still not feel like they have enough, and sometimes they truly don't. Because if you're living on a certain income level, and to be able to maintain that same lifestyle, it might not work even if you saved $1 million. So it really depends on the person's circumstances, that what other income streams they have coming in. If they have pensions, if they have Social Security, how much they're getting from those sources. If they have a nice sized portfolio, how do you supplement that income during their retirement? Now, we recently had somebody come in, and they were referred by another one of our clients. They saved just over $1 million, about $1.2 million. And they were looking to live on about $115,000 of income per year. And he was dead set on retiring at 65. He said, I am not working a day past 65. Unlike that study that you said earlier about 50% working in retirement, he's like, I'm not going to be one of those. He said, I've worked enough and I am ready to retire. And we said, all right, well, here's what it looks like right now. And we showed him his current plan only had a 52% probability of success retiring at 65 with the level of income that he needed. And so like I said, Heather, there are these examples of saving over $1 million and still not having enough saved for retirement. And we said, well, here's what we can do. Let's use that money that you have saved. And if you're dead set on retiring at 65, we can set it so that the income might be a little bit less, about $1,000 less a month.
Okay.
But we can get you up to a 92% probability of success retiring in the year that you're looking to retire at age 65.
Okay.
Had he wanted to work a little bit more, we could say, well, if you work to 67, you could retire and still get the level of income that you need.
Okay.
And then we said, well, but you're dead set on retiring at 65. So let's find a solution. Let's find a way that you can retire at 65 with the level of income that you're looking for. And he just so happened to have about $3 million in real estate. And we showed him that by downsizing his current home into a more efficient place for one person, because he was single, he was the only one living there, and it was like an $800,000 home, which was tons and tons of square feet that he didn't really want to maintain, and he didn't really need for just one person either. So we said by downsizing that, which he was already interested in looking into that option, we can get it so that he could live on the $115,000 of income that he needed with that same 90+% probability of success.
Got it.
And by utilizing that in the plan and by showing him, look, you don't have to make massive life changes. You don't have to work past 65, and you're still going to be able to get the same amount of income that you have coming in now to live off of during your retirement years. He was ecstatic to be able to see that he could do these things and that he doesn't have to stress about, what do I have to do? I haven't saved enough. I'm worried I'm going to run out of money. And we can show him that that's not the case. It was really cool to be able to show him that, hey, by setting everything up the right way, you're going to be able to make it through retirement at the level of income without having to take a pay cut. And so if you're listening and you don't necessarily know how to turn that money that you've saved into retirement income, give us a call for your complimentary income and retirement plan, where we're going to be able to show you what you can do to make sure that you're getting the most out of the savings that you've had over the course of your accumulation years, so that as you get into retirement, you have a plan of action to be able to get that income and make sure that you don't have to worry and don't have to stress about running out of money in your retirement years. And we are offering this right now to the next 5 callers. So if you're 55 and older and you've saved $500,000 or more for your retirement, give us a call right now for your complimentary income plan and review. That number to dial is 610-440-3722. That's 610-440-3722. Or find us online at abetterwayfinancial.com.
At A Better Way Financial, they are here to help you move into this next phase of your financial life with more confidence because you've got that income plan in place. That number you're dialing right now, 610-440-3722. We've opened up 5 spots on the calendar for radio listeners today. If you've saved $500,000 or more, be one of the first 5 callers right now to reserve a spot for yourself and get to work on your customized retirement income plan. 610-440-3722.
Thanks for listening to Empower Your Retirement with Frank and Frankie Guida. To learn more, visit abetterwayfinancial.com.
By contacting us, we'll review aspects of your retirement portfolio to include suggestions about how best to utilize estate, tax, and retirement planning strategies and other financial services, or if changing management styles is appropriate for your specific needs and objectives. Exposure to ideas and financial vehicles discussed should not be considered investment advice or recommendations to buy or sell any financial vehicle. Past performance is not a guarantee of future results. Investments can fluctuate, and when redeemed may be worth more or less than when originally invested. A Better Way Financial is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency. Annuity guarantees rely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. Any client experiences discussed during this show are unique to that client, and they are not meant to imply or suggest you will experience the same results. Advisory services offered through A Better Way Financial. Insurance offered through licensed professionals at A Better Way Financial. Pennsylvania Insurance License number 301779.